Now, I like the Rhinoshield SolidSuit. I would say that it's Rhinoshield's premium case only because it comes in a variety of different finishes on the back, like carbon fiber and leather. Now, my personal favorite is actually the normal classic backed case. I've got one on my 11 Pro Max as well as one on my Galaxy S10. Now, in fairness, the SolidSuit has actually dropped a couple of notches in terms of my rankings because some of the accessories that bumped it up don't exist for the iPhone 11s, which, well, kind of makes sense given, you know, how many cameras we have on these devices now. The standout feature for me on the SolidSuit are the buttons. They are hands down the best buttons on any case I have ever used. At MobileReviewsEh, Monty and I base all our reviews on actual usage. Now, while doing this entire isolation video series, I realized that my general tone for the reviews erred more on the negative side, and that's because I was talking about products that under normal circumstances, non-pandemic circumstances, would have made a cut for a standalone weekly video. But now that I'm doing daily reviews for the next few months, let's go revisit some of the favorites out of my top 10 list. I haven't done a SolidSuit review in a couple years, and I figure, hey, since I'm reviewing the new Rhinoshield 3D impact screen later this week, I might as well use it with a Rhinoshield case. Now, the SolidSuit is made primarily from a material called shock spread, which boasts a tremendous amount of drop protection while keeping the case light and relatively breezy. The case fits the iPhone quite tightly, so keep that in mind if you're a chronic case swapper. It does come off, it just requires a bit more elbow grease. Now, unlike the great play proof, the SolidSuit will slide around easily on both sides. That's not great. The non-tapered edges are kind of bearable with the iPhone 11 Pros, but I did find the edge too bulky with the regular sized iPhone 11. Now, will Rhinoshield jump onto the tapered edge bandwagon? I don't know, but the material that they use, the shock spread stuff, does work fairly well on the thinner edges of the S10. So yeah, like this is a great case for the S10, not so much for the iPhone 11 from my perspective. The SolidSuit doesn't have any odd quirks in terms of wear and tear. I did see a photo of somebody's back coming off, but customer service replaced that for them. This white case has been on my S10 for about 2 months now, and it's still quite white. So yeah, doesn't absorb colors like, you know, the Spec Presidio Pro does. Now, when it comes to overall texture, I found that the SolidSuit falls between two extremes. You've got either great texture or soap-like texture, wet soap-like texture. The classic finishes have a rubbery feel to them, which is great, while the fancier finishes are a little too slick for my liking. Now, for the iPhone 11s, Rhinoshield stopped making my favorite finish, the cloth one, but they still have the oak, carbon fiber, leather, as well as brushed steel. Now, when it comes to using your iPhone in the case, again, it's all about the buttons. If you own an iPhone, that is. The S10 version doesn't have removable buttons. The iPhone ones do. These buttons aren't physically attached to the case. They can actually pop out. They don't pop out easily, and so they kind of float, and they kind of keep that exact feel of the tactile response of the buttons. It's just so great. Rhinoshield was the first company to do this about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I think 3 years, closer to 3, and there are other companies like Tech21 and OtterBox who have started to copy them. Now, the main reason why the SolidSuit scoring dipped a bit for the iPhone 11s is because of the lack of camera accessories. For the iPhone 10s and the 10s, Rhinoshield had a camera lens adapter that allowed you to mount a multitude of different lenses, but with the iPhone 11s, with the normal telephoto and then the wide lens, there's really no need for those attachments, is there, Monty? Now, the case edges are a little more noticeable than the average case, but if you get the right screen protector, it won't matter. We've got a 3M privacy screen protector on this thing that we're reviewing in a few days, and like the edges with this case are just terrible. They're so sharp. The screen protector, not the case, the screen protector. So if you're finding this review useful and you are thinking about getting something from Rhinoshield, I've got a 10% off code, pretty awesome. This is video, I don't know, 25 in my isolation video series. I'm probably gonna do 120 reviews in the next few, in the next month. So I'm just gonna crank them out. So do keep watching every single day around noon. And if you know friends that are bored, that need to be entertained, share this video with them. I had no issues with port access, camera access, and there is a spot for a wrist strap if you really need one, or a doohickey. Now, in the process of trying to find things to review, I found this LifeProof wrist strap cable that I bought several years ago, which is still pretty awesome. That would go well with the SolidSuit. Now, overall, I'm impressed with Evolutive Labs, the company behind Rhinoshield. There's Apple Watch cases like this white and blue thing. This thing's so wicked. The impact skin is the only skin on the market that actually offers your device impact protection. D-brand and slick wraps basically are just 3M wraps, whereas in the impact skin has that 3M wrap on top, but there is also some sort of impact absorbing layer of some sort. Do check out those reviews for the Apple Watch as well as the impact skin. Now, when it comes to protection, the SolidSuit can definitely take a hit. if you need more, do check out the other videos where I've taken the SolidSuit and its cousins, the Mod and X, kind of to their limits, to the maximum of their protection. So that's kind of all I got for this video. If you are planning on getting something from Rhinoshield, I do have a 10% off code for you guys, which is pretty great. These cases are generally more affordable than some of the other things. I'm talking about the Simply carbon fiber case next, and that thing, yeah, these SolidSuits, way more cost effective in terms of usage, protection than that case. Anyways, this is part of my isolation video series. If you found it useful, considering getting all your things through my links, even if it's just normal Amazon stuff like toothpaste or hair color, because everyone's hair color is changing because we're all in isolation. Anyways, daily reviews for the next foreseeable future. That's kind of all I got. Thanks for watching. I need to stop the cameras quickly because I don't think we have that much space on them. 31 minutes left. Need an eyebrow trim. So very, very badly. In fact, we all need to get haircuts. I'm just waiting till the hour that I get sick of my hair and I shave it all off.